So being a woman in sport right now is kind of the time to shine.
It's fun to have us together as a team and not always competing against each other. So I think this is the time for us to come out together and try to win together as a country.
We have a lot of depth in women's tennis in Canada right now, and I think we're going to see that a lot more and more in the future because we have a lot more female role models in tennis, and from diverse backgrounds as well. If you look at our team, everyone is a little bit of a different story.
Women's tennis is the global leader in female sport.
Why we have the opportunities that we have now is because of a lot of the sacrifices that were made many years ago and the battles that had to be won to give us the chance to play on the big stage.
As soon as you see it short, move up to it. These young girls are super lucky to be in such an environment where everything's available for them. We have such great coaches, we have such great physical trainers, we have nutritionists, we have psychologists at young age. We have all the tools and means to develop these young players to be not just good athletes, but great champions. And I think it's so inspiring to have female champions, whatever sport they're playing.
I think it's incredible being a woman in the sport because I can follow Billie Jean King's footsteps or even Serena Williams' footsteps. One of my goals is to do the same eventually. I can prove to anyone that anything is possible.
When I was like 14, 15, we had Martina Hingis, Justine Henin, Jennifer Capriati, Azarenka, who was breaking through, Tsibulkova, Makarova, Shahar Peer, Yelena Dokic. You just had like a plethora of unbelievable talent and hard work. So for me, seeing that, like there was nowhere else that I wanted to be as a kid, you know, trying to just get a little better every day. When I was about 16, as I got to practice with Renee Stubbs a lot, and so she taught me so much about doubles. Really started to hone in on, you know, what I was good at on the doubles court, and then hearing all of her stories, being, you know, winning Grand Slams, being in the finals, what was the difference in those finals, like that was incredible to have as a kid.
It's great to see a lot of inspiring women athletes out there, role models for young girls. It just feels very empowering.
I think for young girls or even young people in general to see professional athletes kind of behind the scenes, what we're doing, how we play on court and how everything translates into our everyday. It gives it a more personal experience, and I think it'll give them hope that they can maybe pursue this path in life.
I've been playing since I was 7 years old, so since then it's been a roller coaster. It doesn't come overnight.
I started hitting balls on the wall at home, and my mom was like, this is not gonna happen.
It being an individual sport makes it a little bit tougher because you're on your own a lot, and when you're a junior trying to break through into the pro circuit, it can take some time.
I don't think there's like a specific secret recipe, you know. I think you just have to follow what works for you.
There are a lot of sacrifices you have to take to be good in the sport. You have to find a good coach, you have to find a good training facility, you have to pay for your travel expenses.
I mean, it's really cool that people will see the behind the scenes, because oftentimes they think tennis players or athletes in general have this pretty glamorous life that, like, okay, we stay at these nice hotels and then we go play our sport and then we just like do fancy things for the rest of the day. I don't know what people think, because it's sort of the thing with social media. You show only the good points, right? But having behind the scenes footage of everything we're doing through the day, you see that it's kind of a 24/7.
I really think that if you work hard, if you're determined, and if you set your mind to something, then you can definitely achieve it.
Everybody's journey is a little bit different, so I think that's kind of the beauty and the difficulty of tennis is that, you know, you can be a star when you're 16, 17, 18 and fall off the mat, but then come back later. Or you can carry that career, you know, throughout many, many years.
Like, we're on the courts, we're at the hotel, we eat, and that's about it, and maybe a little time with each other. So to get access to sort of what's going on behind will be, I think, really eye-opening for a lot of people, just to see what our lives are like and what we're like personally.
It was difficult in the beginning, just because you don't know how good you're going to be, you don't know if it's worth it, you don't know if you should go to college.
For a while I wasn't sure if I was going to go to university on scholarship or play professionally, and my dad said, look, you know, this is a once-in-a-lifetime shot. School will always be there, a job will always be there. The rat race continues with or without you, but your tennis is finite. You only have a limited chance on this, so just go out and try your hardest to achieve your goals.
Sometimes you can't feel too much pressure, you know, even though you feel like you have the weight of the country on your shoulders, you have to think of it as though they're behind you no matter what happens, and you just have to give your best. For some reason, our minds get in our own way, you know. For us to be really good at something, sometimes we are the roadblock. And no matter what happens, at the end of the day, it's really up to you to take control of your own thoughts and kind of take control of your own destiny.
You have to really like what you're doing. It has to be your passion.
It's not really that interesting, but I love it.